The difference between running a business and running a hobby. Let's talk about something that a lot of people misunderstand. The difference between running a business and running a hobby. Because the truth is, they're not even close. They might look similar on the surface. You make something, you sell something, but the mindset behind the two is completely different. A hobby is something you do when you feel like it. A business is something you do even when you don't. A hobby fits into your free time. A business becomes part of your schedule. A hobby doesn't need strategy, structure, or responsibility. A business can't survive without it. And a lot of people get stuck because they treat their business like it's a hobby. They show up when they want to. They work only when they're in the mood. They skip steps. They cut corners. They avoid the hard parts, like planning, tracking, budgeting, customer service, quality control, and consistency. And then they wonder why things aren't growing. They say they own a business, but they're not running one. They're basically playing with one. Running a real business means showing up with a different level of discipline. You're not just creating, you're delivering. You're not just making something, you're managing it. You're not just selling a product, you're building trust. Because when you're running a business, every decision matters. Your timing matters. Your quality matters. Your communication matters. Your consistency matters. A hobby doesn't have that pressure. If you mess up a hobby, nothing happens. If you mess up a business, you lose customers, reputation, and opportunities. Hobbies don't require standards. Businesses do. A hobby lets you say, I'll do it later. A business demands, do it now. A hobby lets you avoid responsibility. A business makes you accountable for everything. A hobby is something you can walk away from anytime. A business needs you to keep showing up, even when you're tired, frustrated, overwhelmed, or unsure. And here's the real difference. A hobby is about you. A business is about the people you serve. When you're operating like a real business, you're thinking about your customers, the experience they're going to have, the expectations they're trusting you with, the quality they rely on, and the consistency they return for. You're thinking about your reputation and the standard you set. People think a business is just posting a product online, taking a picture, or saying, DM to order. No, that's the easiest part. A real business is everything behind the scenes that nobody sees. It's the preparation, the planning, the inventory, the cleaning, the checking, the remaking, the fixing, the late nights, and the discipline it takes to deliver the same standard every time. And here's the part that usually shocks people. Success doesn't come from talent. Success comes from structure. A hobby is built on talent. A business is built on systems. If you don't have systems, your business won't grow. If you don't have consistency, your business won't be trusted. If you don't have discipline, your business won't last. This is why you see people with great ideas fail, and people with simple ideas succeed, because it's not about who has the better idea. It's about who treats it like a business instead of a hobby. A business requires showing up every day, even on the days where you'd rather not. It requires staying organized, paying attention, keeping track of details, and constantly improving your process. It requires doing things the right way, not the easy way. And most importantly, it requires maturity, the maturity to take feedback, fix mistakes, communicate clearly, and grow from challenges. Running a hobby is fun. Running a business is commitment. A hobby is optional. A business is responsibility. A hobby is simple. A business is serious. And the reality is, your business will only grow the moment you stop treating it like a hobby. The moment you shift from, when I feel like it, to, this is my job. The moment you stop guessing and start planning. The moment you hold yourself to a higher standard. That's where the growth begins. That's where the respect comes from. And that's where people start to take your work seriously, because you take it seriously first. That's the difference. And that difference is everything.